What's going on, folks? Welcome into another episode of the Final Drive here at the Sour Kids Production Studios. It is Alec, Javante, DeAndre, our freshly new college grad Mikah.
Shout out to him. Congratulations, bro.
Welcome,
Join the club.
welcome to the Illuminati.
Yes.
As you can tell, we are all members of the Illuminati, and Kenneth is our man in the chair. If you've seen the movie, you know what I'm talking about. Nonetheless, it's another exciting week, gentlemen. NBA playoffs are in a mix. As Javante, you are tonight's game night, right?
Oh, you know, bro. It's
Game
like lock
3,
in, bro.
back in the Garden.
Back home.
Having
Back
said
home,
that,
bro. You
Heat,
see,
Heat
bro.
in 6.
Hey, keep praying on our downfall, bro. I'm enjoying it.
I don't have a dog in the fight. I just want a good series. That's all I want. Either team
I
can
hope it's a
win.
blowout if I can enjoy my night and relax. Just take a nice little Corona and chill, bro. I don't want the stress.
I feel that. Mikah, you were here this week. So, we're bound to have some bigger topics at some point then.
Yeah, I'm here for it.
You can defend your boy?
Yeah, I'm here for it.
Okay. DeAndre,
What's up?
how you doing, dude? Chilling?
Yeah.
Chilling. Kenneth, how you doing, man? I'm sorry. I feel that on a level. But we have a great show today, guys. Lots to get into, lots of fun topics. Not a real whole lot of news in the NFL. I got some fun lists. We'll go through some debates and questions. Starting off with the Cincinnati Bengals. Joe Burrow was on a podcast earlier this week, and he talked about the Super Bowl loss to the Rams, and he had mentioned that he went back and watched, before the Super Bowl, he watched a bunch of Football Lives, the TV show on NFL Network. He mentioned the Kurt Warner one in particular. Kurt Warner mentioned in the Football Live that when they lost to the Steelers in Super Bowl 43, his one big regret was not celebrating the season he had with his teammates, before. Because, as athletes, we all played high school football. We all know what it's like to, have a loss kind of sit with you and stings, especially we can't imagine what it's like to lose a Super Bowl, right?
I was feeling plenty of losses. I lost all the time. My team was barely winning, so I got used to it.
No, but and Kurt Warner talked about the big regret was not celebrating the year because, that Cardinals year, that was the year Larry had that ridiculous playoff run in 08, legendary stuff. And I'll pull up the quote right here, exactly what Joe Burrow said. But basically, I think it kind of helped Burrow kind of realize that, sure, it's all about, getting to the big game and finishing it on top. But regardless, you got to look back and have fun with the success that you had to get there.
Yeah.
And Joe Burrow said, pulling it up, after the game, I was like, yeah, it sucks. We just lost the Super Bowl, but we did something really cool in the end. So I just want to get your guys' opinion on that, having all played high school football and being competitive. I, for one, I think Joe Burrow has a point that, the Bengals, to get there, to be a drive away from winning the big game, that's worth celebration, right? Or are you guys going to sit there and say, get back in the film room, let's go for next year?
Well, I'll say, looking back at the Bengals season, it was an amazing season. Nobody expected them to, get to a Super Bowl. A lot of people didn't even expect them to get to the playoffs or win, let alone win the AFC North. So they, surpassed a lot of odds heading into that year. And I look at it from an athlete standpoint, a lot of times we do say that sometimes the journey, the journey getting there is what makes it special. So if you don't win, obviously reflect on the journey that you took to get there. But when I look at this and him comparing Kurt Warner, it's kind of hard because it's Kurt Warner won a Super Bowl before that Arizona loss. So, hey, at the end of the day, sure, Kurt Warner can sit back and say, hey, we had a good year. We did a lot of amazing things, but you also won a Super Bowl before, so it's not as hard hitting you after that. So from Joe Burrow's perspective, I would expect you to be more hungry, knowing that, hey, sure, what Kurt Warner said, it makes me feel a little bit better, but at the end of the day, if I don't win a Super Bowl, it's gonna suck.
Or else I have at it next.
I don't know. I think to DeAndre's point, the journey it's what it's all about. Nobody expected them to be there, I like when people use losses like that as fuel. Man, we're this close. Just narrowly. that the offensive lineman doesn't miss that block.
Yeah.
If it gets to that hot read with Jamar down, he's wide open.
On the fourth down play.
Yeah, they win the game. And I don't know. I just like the mentality of like, all right, we lost. Put your head down, grind, go get there again, and go win it. Go have that moment. Go win it next time.
Yeah.
I agree with y'all. I think I'll give you a white. I don't know, bro. I was looking at
I haven't given my answer yet.
I thought you already said what you said.
I just read the quote that Joe Burrow gave out.
Cool. Yeah, I agree with these guys. Of course, it's a great season. They did a lot of things that nobody expected. But rest in peace, Kobe. Job's not finished. You know what I mean? Like, look at the great ones. Tom Brady, I don't think he looks at like, oh, I lost the Super Bowl, but great season. No, it's if you win it or you don't. You know what I mean? So there's only one winner. So I definitely think I like what Mikah said about you want your quarterback coming into with a mindset of like, hey, we're gonna be back here, have that fuel in them, the fire, push the other guys. So I definitely agree with what these guys have said.
Yeah, I think I'll play devil's advocate here, and I do agree with you three. I think ultimately as an athlete, as a competitor, to get this far and then to lose the way they did, I would think that would add fuel to the fire for next year and make you want to work even harder. But I'm not an athlete, so I really can't be out here doing this kind of thing. But I will say, for the Bengals in particular, I think this is the first time in a long time we've really seen, a team that genuinely I think we all thought was picking in the top 10 this year, a team that we all questioned the Jamar Chase pick over Penei Sewell when offensive tackle was the bigger need.
I didn't question it.
I didn't question it.
I was telling you,
I didn't question it either.
I didn't question it. I was with it day one.
I say if Joe's happy, that's all that matters. But to the point, I think for the Bengals, it's a unique case because when can we all sit here and genuinely say the last time a team went from worst to Super Bowl appearance?
Yeah.
Off the top of our heads. So when's the last team you could sit there and say did that?
I actually had one. I was gonna say, damn, who did I have in my mind?
Worst to first.
Was it the Niners? When they had Jimmy Garoppolo Super Bowl, how many wins they had that year before? They had Nick Bosa at second pick in the draft. What was it, 4 wins?
Yeah,
that's true.
So.
Yeah,
it's like a 4-win team. Went to Super Bowl following year. Now they had some talent, but like same like this situation. So yeah.
Yeah, and I think the Niners going into that year, people thought the Niners could have been a playoff team as long as Jimmy Garoppolo stayed healthy.
Yeah,
because that was the thing with Jimmy Garoppolo; he got hurt the year before,
and that's why they had the top pick.
Yeah, but with the Bengals, I mean, that was a team that I think
especially in that division,
they were lucky to finish third in the AFC North.
Well, also the status of the Bengals, like we always looked at them like, hey, even if they get to the playoffs, they're one and done. They choke. They always choke. Right. They never get far.
And the Palmer years, the Dalton years, and so on. Yeah.
But and maybe I'm too hard on Joe Burrow because you also got to look at it from last year he got hurt. So I think just from looking at that, and I've dealt with injuries as well. Mm-hmm. Sometimes at the end of the day, like maybe if you don't win, you're just happy that you were able to play the game at a competitive level and make it that far, like on a competitive stage like the Super Bowl. So I think, reflecting on that, I think it's an amazing journey that he went through, especially going through rehab and then seeing that translate to his status on the field, becoming a top 10, top 5 quarterback in the league and getting his team to a Super Bowl.
I think also, not that Joe Burrow's problem is just how it is when you're young. Like you look at any sport, basketball, football, any sport, you have success at a young age. When you come in a franchise, you have success right away and you achieve a lot. You expect to get back there more than once. And I think we look at it and I think, you're young, you're like, oh, we'll be back. But like you look at a guy like Aaron Rodgers, who we've talked about for years, is one of the best quarterbacks in the league, one Super Bowl appearance.
And he's had, 4 NFC title appearances?
Yeah, exactly. So
since the Super Bowl?
Yeah, and you would have thought probably after that season, oh, he'll be back, or like one of these years he'll get back. And he hasn't been back since. So it really is like a,
never take it for granted.
Never take it for granted. You never know when you'll get back. So I think you have to live with that regret as far as like we didn't win it.
And even Kurt Warner, like I feel like Kurt Warner probably says that too because, I mean, shit, honestly.
Undrafted.
Yeah, undrafted.
No height.
Working at a grocery store, arena football league. So, like, he's just happy to get into the league. Let's just be honest there. So anything after that, it's extra. Yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, and here's the thing about the Bengals to show you just how seriously they're taken nationally. I don't think they had, one Thursday night football game last year? I can't remember another primetime game they had.
Pretty sure.
That was it, I think.
The Thursday night game against Jacksonville.
Yep.
They now have 5 primetime games this year.
Sheesh.
Which, I mean, going from worst to first, I think
And I also think they had some luck last year too. Of course, I mean, you always need a little luck. But like with all the injuries in the division with Baltimore, like everywhere they had injuries.
Yeah.
With the Baker Mayfield, Cleveland, his injury and what happened with them, they're expected to win the division. They fell off, and Pittsburgh just.
They had
they won the division before they had Big Ben. Hey, Big Ben was coming back, so we kind of knew what they were going to be. So it's just like yeah. It's going to be hard this year, though, for sure.
Yeah. To the credit, I will say, I think you look back and like we all said, this is a team that we thought was picking in the top 10. People were dogging the Bengals for picking Jamar Chase. People questioned if Zach Taylor was going to be around after this season. He gets the extension. Joe Burrow coming off the ACL. They made a couple quality free agent signings in Chidobe Awuzie, Von Bell. They paid big for the Trey Hendrickson, who was the 1 year wonder, the pass rusher, and they're in the Super Bowl nonetheless.
Yeah.
So I think, me personally, I think I would look back if I was Joe Burrow and say, we did that.
Yeah.
Not just him, but the Bengals as a franchise to go from worst to first.
Yeah.
It's just something we haven't seen done in the NFL in a long time.
And to add to that real quick, not to cut nobody off. I think also as a franchise, you're looking at like we finally know we have a guy. We have the quarterback. We have a quarterback for the future.
Who can get us there?
Yeah, we got the guy now. So I think that's also like a nice sigh of relief. Like we know we have him. So yeah, I agree with you. What you're saying.
Yeah.
But think about the pressure that you have this year.
Now it is, yeah.
Because one of the things we always talk about with Cincinnati is can they fix that offensive line? Well, the offensive line is fixed. They brought back a lot of guys from last year, so it's honestly it's like we always talk about like the Bengals and like they need to get to the playoffs. Now it's like
for the division, huh? Are y'all picking them for the division to win it? Were y'all picking them this year?
I would.
You're picking them?
I still do, yeah.
I'm not confident to say that they're my front runner yet. I see how how Deshaun Watson looks on the Browns. I still think Baltimore with getting everybody back healthy.
And then you mentioned Pittsburgh.
Yeah,
your quarterback.
Pittsburgh's like last in division to me.
Oh, that because your boy there.
That Kenny Pinkett pick, that kind of tanked that.
Y'all got.
I don't trust Mitch. Mitchell, you want me to trust Mitch? No.
I'll still pick them to win the division. I think all they needed to do going in the year was address the offensive line, and you nail that with Ted Carapas. No, what is that?
Ted Karras.
Ted Karras.
Yeah.
They bring in Alex Lewis from
Alex
Kappa.
Yeah.
And Leon Collins. It's 3 or 5 starting linemen along with Jonah Williams and
Jackson Carmen.
Yeah. So, they did what they had to do in the offseason.
Yeah. But I'm asking y'all, like, do y'all think Cincinnati is like, it's a Super Bowl or bust? Like, anything below Super Bowl is like kind of a disappointment.
Oh, yeah. The money you spend in the offseason, the moves you make, and you were just there, and it was you didn't have an offensive line. Now you do. Like you think you're plug and play now. You think,
yeah.
But
and again, to go from no primetime games to 5 now, the nation's watching you.
Yeah, they're watching you now, and now you're either gonna reach that expectation
Sink
or
or
swim.
No, I definitely agree with that shit. I agree.
Yeah, yeah, and I just think I think there's still. Well, obviously they're the team to beat in the AFC. They just went to the Super Bowl, but. I think go for. I think this is still a team that will be very much in competing for the 1 or 2 seed in the AFC. I don't see why not.
Yeah. They got a chance. Everybody's got a chance.
In the AFC North, you talking about the AFC just general?
AFC in general.
Yeah,
they got a shot.
It's just it's a dogfight.
It's a dogfight. It's a wild, wild west.
And also, everybody got better. Like the Jets, they had an incredible offseason, whether it was the draft or free agency. Mm-hmm. The Dolphins went and got Tyreek Hill.
We got a question about the quarterback.
Quarterback question.
There you go. I'm right there with you, brother.
DeAndre, I tried to move quickly. I tried to move quickly.
I don't give a fuck at this point. I'm not gonna sit here and argue. Y'all just gonna have to wait.
But the Chargers, if Tua was good, then the Dolphins got better. Chargers got better. Raiders got better, of course.
Pretty much everybody in the AFC.
The only one got weaker was the Chiefs, in my opinion.
Patriots.
I kind of feel like the Titans did too.
Yeah. They got
Titans,
weaker.
Titans.
So regardless, it's going to be a whole dogfight in the AFC. So we'll see. But nonetheless, look back on the year you had because I think nobody expected the Bengals to get to where they were.
No, for sure.
Especially when they made the playoffs, I thought, okay, they're going to get bounced at some point. But they don't go to Arrowhead and beat the Chiefs.
Y'all picked Tennessee. Y'all picked Tennessee to knock them out.
No.
You were with me. It was Tony DeAndre wrote that.
Javante, week 4, man. Week 4 last year was me and you.
We were together.
Me and you were saying, this Bengals team, man.
Now, credit. Had I known Ryan Tannehill would come out and play the game,
He played for y'all. You should know what
Come
that man
on,
was
man,
capable
but
of.
I didn't expect it to be that bad. That's even worse than anything
we literally
I've
came on that
seen
show,
in
bro.
Miami.
For
That
Paul,
was
I literally
worse-
said.
that was worse than anything I've seen.
I told you, I
Miami
said,
with
Ryan,
Ryan Tannehill.
you put your faith in Ryan Tannehill to take you there.
He didn't have to do much. He just didn't have to. All he had to do was not turn the ball over.
That's asking for too much.
And even if you do turn the ball over two times, sure, I'll accept it.
And give some credit to that defense also.
If he would have turned the ball over 2 times, those 2 interceptions, I think Tennessee still wins that game. 4 times,
Yeah.
of course you might as well hand Cincinnati the damn win.
Yeah.
Yep, that was bad.
I don't know what you can do about that, but they had a fun year. It's always fun to
Yeah,
go back
it'll
and
be fun
talk
to see
about
this
that. So I'll let you guys decide. You want to go with the 10 most impactful trades in what was a very trade heavy off season, or you want to go with the 10 best free agents on the board still?
I like the impact trades.
Yeah, I'm down
I
with
feel
that.
with that.
Okay, so we'll play a little game here. This is from
This should be
NFL.com. Let me see who wrote this up. Give them proper credit where it's due. Journalism 101. Jafari Chattalahina from NFL.com. The 10 most impactful trades from the offseason. And we can agree, this is probably a historic offseason as far as big names getting moved left and right.
Quarterback moves, yeah.
Quarterbacks, receive. And one more note, I just want to say this real quick. I don't get your opinion on this. Wide receivers, I feel like now with Devontae Adams, with Tyreek Hill, I feel like they have just as much leverage and carry as much weight as quarterbacks do now.
Yeah.
Wide receivers do, at least, I think. Yeah. So,
You're the guy, yeah.
Yeah.
If you're a true one, yeah, for sure.
okay, so you guys are going to order from 10 to 1. You can try and guess.
Yeah,
All right, I'll let you guys, number 10. It's a trade Mikah should know very well. I'll just say that.
Deshaun Watson to Cleveland.
That's going to be higher.
Same team, different player.
Amari Cooper to
Yeah,
Cleveland.
for a 5th round pick. Yeah.
Yeah, we don't care about unvaccinated boy. We just keep it pushing.
Okay, then. So number 9, it's a trade that made Mikah very happy. Actually, it was on draft night. It was one of the big trades on draft night.
Was it Marquise Brown to the?
Yeah. Yep. Swapping or giving up the first round pick this year for Arizona to get Marquise Brown for the Cardinals, which came in out before the news of the Hopkins suspension, which will now be even bigger for the Cardinals.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, it's a great move for Cardinals, making him a number 2 receiver, because I think he'll actually thrive in that role versus where Baltimore he was forced to be a number 1. Baltimore, does this show that honestly, a lot of pressure is on Rashad Bateman. Can he step up and be that one? And also, I think he'll be helped out knowing that Baltimore returns a lot of, J.K. Dobbins in that running game will be back next year. So
Yeah, there won't be Devontae Freeman and Latavius Murray taking
Never again.
12 plus carries a game. So there's a Marquise Brown to the Ravens. Number 8 is a quarterback.
Russell Wilson.
No.
They got okay. Oh, Matt Ryan.
Oh, Matt Ryan. Yeah.
No.
Ooh. What's that move?
The other quarterback move.
Carson Wentz
Yeah.
to the Washington.
Why is this even on the list? Well, yeah, the Colts are going to get better because they don't have him anymore. So.
I feel bad for Washington because Washington, I felt they got desperate and just panicked at the sense of, nobody was trading for Russell Wilson, and then, Deshaun Watson still had his whole thing going on, so they said, give me Carson Wentz.
Yeah. It's just crazy. Because I think it honestly, when we think about it, Jimmy Garoppolo really changed the market because his injury heading into the offseason, it really put a lot of teams off from the Colts, the Steelers, the Commanders. Those were a lot of teams that probably would have traded for Jimmy Garoppolo had that shoulder been healthy.
I think he'll be solid in Washington, but I think part of the problem was in Indianapolis, there was a lot of expectations to win. They were really on the verge of getting a quarterback. So I think now in Washington, what do we expect from Washington, really?
They think they're a quarterback away, and they get this guy.
I mean, he had defense play last year, but Carson. Hey, I'm telling you, when they go to Philly, he win that game in Philly.
I will say this though, because and to Javonte's point, Washington, that defense did regress a lot last year, and compare it to Indy. You look at their receivers. Terry McLaurin is far better than any receiver in Indy. No disrespect to Michael Pittman. I love Michael Pittman.
Younger, yeah,
but he's young. Terry McLaurin's proven.
Curtis Samuel's healthy.
I like
the draft.
Well, he plays 3 games a year, but we'll bank on those 3
I
games.
like the rookie they drafted too.
Yeah, Jahan Dotson.
I like Dotson a lot
that
too. I
as
think
well.
he'll be solid too.
You kind of have the emergence of Logan Thomas, coming out last year as a tight end.
Yeah.
And now you have, a 3-headed running back with Antonio Gibson, J.D. McKissick, and then Brian Robinson from Alabama. So,
And Ron Rivera
and to be fair, you're playing the NFC East.
Again, it'd be bad again.
the division that's always.
I forget he was in the East, wasn't he?
Yeah. He stinks. Anyway, next.
I don't hate the move.
No love lost.
No love for Carson Wentz, huh?
I'd rather have Drew Lock.
Damn.
Oh, okay. That tells me where you stand on that.
Yes.
Number 7, another big draft day trade that happened.
AJ Brown to the.
Yeah,
Really? Last 7?
I
Yeah.
actually would put that higher.
I would
God,
too.
too.
If I'm the Eagles, man.
That scared Cowboys fans a little bit. I had to put a little fear in them.
Do you think? Let me ask you this, Mikah. How you feel about the Eagles? Do you think the Eagles are? Do you think they've done enough to maybe lead the Cowboys as the favorite to win the East?
I mean, we still have Dak, so yeah.
Oh, Cowboys. Man. I love Cowboys. fans.
I mean, I'm not an Eagles fan, but I mean, I ride with Jalen. That's my guy. I love Jalen Hurts. So give me the Eagles.
Who wants him to succeed?
I could definitely see the Eagles winning like 13 games, especially getting
Bradbury.
Bradbury for cheap.
Yeah.
I said, bro, I feel like the dream team Eagles. They went and got Namdi and all those boys, bro.
Just as long as nobody says,
As long as the backup quarterback doesn't come out and say we're the dream team.
then, hey, we fine.
But I mean, you look at the Eagles.
The gap is definitely closed.
The Eagles, to me, they may have the best offseason among any team. You think about they added Jordan Davis, the big tackle from Georgia, to pair up with Hargrave, Fletcher Cox in the middle.
They got Steele and Kobe Dean.
A steal in a Kobe in with a third.
Yep.
If he
like
plays
him a
this
lot.
year, if he plays this year.
Yeah, as long as he's healthy, that's a steal because the value is tremendous.
Got number 2 now behind Darius Slay.
Yeah, you have a number 2 corner, a shutdown potentially in James Bradbury, and now you add AJ Brown to help out Devontae Smith and
Who
Jalen
showed he could
Hurts,
play.
Also, we didn't mention pass rush, Hassan Reddick as well.
the big free agent from Eagles might just kill the offseason.
I love I'm a big Devontae Smith fan now. I know he's a Celtic fan, so I ride it in heavy for him.
Oh, Lord, it always goes back to the Celtics.
Hey, I gotta rock my guy now, bro.
No
I'm like
matter-
Mackay, bro. Baker Mayfield, like how he does Baker. I gotta rock my guy.
But for the Eagles, I really hope that Miles Sanders can finally be that guy in Philly because that's one of the things that I've always been banking on. I think he has the talent to be,
But they have like 16 running backs in the room.
Yeah.
Like, why is Boston Scott out here getting carries?
Well, I mean, hey, I'm not gonna lie. During that, what was it? That Monday night game against Dallas, I was like, they need to fire Sirianni because I remember Miles Sanders started out the game. His first run broke out for like 20 yards, and then they stopped. They only ran him like 3 times. I was like, bro, what are they doing?
Number 6, it's a another quarterback.
Gotta be Russell Wilson here.
No,
Matt
Sean
Ryan.
Watson?
It got to be Matt Ryan.
Matt Ryan.
Okay.
Matt Ryan at 6.
Why are you putting Russell Wilson so damn low on him?
He's a Bronco now, bro. Maybe that's why. Maybe it's a little bit of hatred.
man.
Yeah, he's the Raider fan inside of you, thinking it's not
maybe
that
that's
big of a
what-
deal.
yeah.
You think it's not that big of a deal.
Go ahead though. My bad.
So Matt Ryan going to the Colts. Obviously, I think we all agree this is an upgrade to Carson Wentz. I don't know, Mikhail. You're kind of a Matt Ryan hater. I don't know if I should say that.
I don't know. I think the Colts. I just think Baker was perfect for the Colts because he like
Here we go.
If you to his point, I will say if someone was going to rejuvenize, it would be Frank Wright.
Shit, I mean, we thought Carson Wentz would be rejuvenized.
Well,
Carson Wentz is damaged good. I watched that man on Monday Night Football. There was a flat route. It was 3rd and 1. Flat route. Boston Scott wide the hell open.
Oh, I
he
remember
looked
that.
at him and said, "Nope." throws up a 50-50 ball, gets pick 6.
I remember Thursday. No, was the Giants game Thursday Night Football this past year?
yeah.
Thursday Night Football. Carson Wentz in the shotgun rolls out to his left, and I'm not kidding you. When he rolls out, there are no receivers running on the left side of the field. They're all on the right side. It's just, what are we doing, Carson?
Exactly. He's a arena football league kind of quarterback.
I think Matt
Fan
Ryan
control.
was fine, bro.
I mean, Carson.
Fan control.
His numbers actually weren't bad when you look at it. Like if you look at the numbers from
Just the turnovers
Indianapolis,
were so costly.
Yes, exactly. Like because I think he finished with 27 touchdowns, 7 interceptions for the year. Not bad, but yeah,
That's
It's
average.
the turnovers he had. He had some costly
Yeah, it was
turnovers at the wrong moment.
the one versus Tennessee. That was a big one.
This is the wrong moment.
Anyways, they'll be better with Matt Ryan, right?
I hope so.
My only question with Matt Ryan just how much does he still have left in the tank? Like, I think the last couple weeks we've been kind of just like, oh, Atlanta, just let them cruise by. But now there's actually expectations to win a division and compete and, really win something. So I'm just curious how much he really has still left.
Well, I mean, you look at Tennessee loses A.J. Brown and, Jacksonville's Jacksonville.
Hey, Jacksonville might be nice this year.
Yeah,
I'm not saying that every year.
You never know.
I'm not saying that every year, but I believe in that team now.
I do believe in Doug Peterson.
Yeah, if anybody, I trust that man.
The Texans are the Texans. Although I really did love what they did in the draft as well.
Yeah.
Besides taking King and Green so high.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the Colts, to me, right now would be the favorite in the AFC South, just on paper.
It's probably the best running game he's had all his career too.
True. Since
Hey,
Michael
we
Turner-
don't slander Michael Turner like that.
Jackson a little bit.
We don't
guys.
Devontae
Jackson.
Freeman?
Remember Steven Jackson for a little bit?
Man, he wasn't balling in Atlanta.
No, he wasn't. I'm just saying.
No, he was- he was-
Man, just having like
Todd.
that guy, yeah.
Todd. I can't say TG3. Todd Gurley. Don't call him that no more.
Todd Gurley, man, just the
Jeff
quickest,
Fisher ran him down,
the
bro.
quickest fall from grace I've ever seen.
Jeff Fisher wrote
It's
that
crazy
mess
when you
in.
think that man is like still under
28
28 by now.
Number 5. The first trade that broke when we did the show.
Devontae Adams.
Devontae Adams.
That's still what that 5.
It's 5.
That should be number 2, bro.
I wonder why.
Cause that changed the power. No, not just from that special. It's changed the power structure. Green Bay. It changed Green Bay's outlook. It changed everything for the league. It changed Tyreek Hill getting traded. It helped you out. It got you. Yeah. Start thinking about it. It changed a lot. That changed a lot of things, bro. It gotta be like top 3, but that's a little biased in me, just a little bit.
I think you make an argument. I think with Devontae Adams, I think arguably he's the top 2, top 3 receiver in the game right now. And
And the fact we all thought he was coming back. Nobody thought he was gonna get.
nobody thought he was going to get traded.
Especially when Aaron Rodgers came back.
Yeah.
And we knew, he was upset about not getting a deal done or whatever, but nobody thought he was going to get traded like that.
Yep.
And he did. And I hate to be Aaron Rodgers.
Because you look at even last year, like Allen Robinson wanted out, but like they said, we gonna hold on to you. Like you don't usually get out of it. Like you don't get like forced out trades. Like you know what I mean, you don't get to force your trade out. So that was surprising, but it's gonna be fun to see, bro.
Number 4. One of the first big moves in free agency started is a trade, though.
Russell Wilson.
No. You keep guessing Russell
He's going to keep guessing Russell.
Somewhere,
Russell.
I thought that was early on.
Big trade.
It happened like right around the beginning of free agency.
That's why I say Russell Wilson.
Damn. Offense, defense.
Defense.
Oh, Khalil Mack.
You just nailed every single one of these.
It's been good.
Yeah, Khalil Mack going to the Chargers to pair with Joey Bosa on the opposite side. Look, they get in Khalil Mack. They sign J.C. Jackson, Sebastian Day Jones from the Rams.
Talking about pressure.
And Stanley is known for his defense, and now this is the opportunity for him to, show us what you got.
Yeah. I feel like Chargers are kind of have the most pressure out of all those teams this year, just because of
How much they
last year,
spent.
how last year ended. They should have been in the playoffs, but they botched that.
They were going to kneel it.
Yeah,
The Raiders are cool with it.
Oh, you want violence? You chose violence.
yeah, and then also it's hard because it's like yeah, that's the thing. Like it's hard because it's like you just saw your crosstown rival, like your another team that shares the same stadium which you won the Super Bowl. So that's a lot of pressure coming into this year if you're the Chargers.
I mean,
They got no fans.
and also, think about the Chargers. The other thing is with Justin Herbert being on his rookie deal still. This is the time where you got to sign the big free agents to help you win right away before you got to pay Herbert.
Yeah.
So you're putting your money where your mouth is. Now you gotta show it, go out there and show it. So I agree. I think the Chargers, among all 4 AFC West teams, do have the most pressure because they put the most money into it.
Yeah.
So, number 3, I'll let you guess, DeAndre.
Tyreek Hill.
Okay, yeah,
Dolphins.
yeah. Tyreek Hill of the Dolphins.
Okay, buddy.
Who's throwing it?
On God. He knows.
It's one thing Pat Mahomes can sling it.
Screw y'all.
That thing looked like a damn punt.
I am actually waiting to see. I'm interested to see how this goes for the Dolphins.
Y'all always talk about arm strength, but when Drew Brees was launching them bitches, y'all weren't saying shit. So.
They threw Drew Brees out as soon as he could throw. As he got older, he couldn't really sling it.
Yeah, as he got older.
Hey, Drew, it's time to go and retire, brother.
I mean, you're not wrong.
But during his career, like them bombs he was throwing to Lance Moore,
Devery Henderson.
Devery Henderson, yeah.
Oh, Drew had an arm back in the day.
Tua can do the same.
I'm just curious how.
I think we also look at another year. I think you compare. I've looked at like the way his throwing is this offseason compared to last offseason. The hips more fluid, obviously, with coming after that injury 3 years now since that injury at Alabama. The wrist. I think the wrist movement is a lot better, like a lot quicker. So, look, all I'm saying is He's gonna surprise y'all this year.
I got one
Well,
question.
and I think so. And to DeAndre's point, I'll just add this and that. Excuse me. Obviously, with the Brian Flores, what happened in Miami, we knew Flores did not want Tua, nor probably was committed to helping Tua grow and develop. Right?
Of course.
Like this is a guy who walked up to him and said, "Hey, you know what? We should have drafted the other Alabama quarterback instead of you." Like this is a guy who did not care about Tua and wanted to see his quarterback develop. With Mike McDaniel coming in as offensive mind from the Niners, maybe there is some positive growth and coaching to Tua from McDaniels because Flores wanted nothing to do with Tua,
Yeah.
right? So I think coaching will help. It'll certainly be much better for Tua now than what it was with Brian Flores.
And the way that Finn's offense is going to be, I mean, like just because we got Tyreek Hill doesn't mean like, oh, it has to be Kansas City where it's deep ball every time. Tyreek Hill also thrives in yards after catch opportunities, so I think you're going to see a lot of that as well. Having him, Jalen Waddle, and Cedric Wilson, that's something that they've all are known for is that yards after catch ability. So that's something to watch for.
Well, and you have like 16 running backs on the roster.
That too.
You didn't have that last year, but now you got like 3 or 4 good backs.
I'm hyped this year for Miami. We're definitely going to see a different team. Tua has all the pieces to make it work.
Now he's got to prove it.
it.
I think
If he doesn't, I'll be on here a year from now.
You'll eat your words?
I'll eat my words. I'll say I was wrong.
Deshaun Watson.
I will say I'll say that.
Hey,
sure.
who's available? Can we get Kyler Murray?
You're right. I'll say that shit, but it probably not. I'm
curious to see what real talk. I'm curious to see what Tua looks like. Now, I talk shit about. I dogged Tua out also, but I think also it's like Baker Mayfield. We look at those guys compare their classes and the rest of the quarterbacks in those classes, and that's why we look at them and like
in that light, yeah.
Do something. You know what I mean? It's like one of those things. So he might be solid.
I mean, look at what that was. It 2003, 2004. Eli Manning, Ben Roethlisberger,
04.
Phillip Rivers. Like the
04.
worst. Who do we consider the worst one in that?
Phillip
class?
Rivers.
Phillip Rivers still.
Oh, really?
Oh,
You're not slandering.
Well,
Phillip
okay, hold on.
Rivers.
I like Phillip Rivers.
I was about to say Eli.
I guess Eli. Yeah, Eli's the worst because he has the rings. That's why we said Eli's. But probably talent wise,
the worst quarterback in itself, like as far as strictly playing the position, was Eli.
Well, okay, so let's use that example.
Take out accolades and awards and everything. It's Eli.
So let's use that example. If Tua has an Eli career where we got Super Bowls, Joe Burrow and Justin Herbert don't, I'm fine with that. I consider that a good career.
But is it happening? No.
Like I know you just spit all that logic. Makai went, no.
You know how that's why we talking to you about the Celtics and stuff like that, and you'd be like, yeah, no. Same thing. You waste all that bread. You're like, I got him.
Yeah. Well, hey, I'm a diehard Celtics hater. He's a diehard Tua hater. It's bound to happen. I understand. It's just crazy to me that hey. I supported Baker, but then you over here trash Tua. So
he hasn't shown me anything.
Okay.
Not one throw has been like, ooh, that looks nice.
What?
He throws ducks.
What? Oh, man, what games do you watch?
Every game. I've watched every Dolphins game.
I think
every Dolphins game.
You tell me you didn't watch that Dolphins versus Bengals game 2 years ago where Tua threw a 60-yard bomb to Jakeem Grant, who dropped it. It was 60 yards in the air. Jakeem Grant dropped it. Tyreek Hill is catching that bitch and taking it to the house.
Did he have to slow down for it?
No, he didn't have to slow down for it.
I got to see the tape. You got to jog my memory on that.
Get out of here. Come on.
Hey, I will say that I think he'll look good because of the fact that they are going to commit to the run heavy. I think they're definitely run the ball a lot. They got Micah Parsons. They have great tight ends. So.
The play action will come with the run game.
Yeah, honestly, I think the only competition in the division really is Buffalo at this point. So
yeah,
it could be something special.
Okay, Javonte, number 2 on this list.
Russell Wilson.
Yeah.
It gotta be.
Yeah, it's Russell Wilson. Russell Wilson going to the... And in the end, I still think that's a steal if you're Denver.
Yeah.
To give up Noah Fant, who you probably weren't going to bring back anyways on an expiring contract. Yeah. Shelby Harris, who kind of was your... All right, let's be honest. Interior defensive lineman is not,
It's important, but
he's
an old guy, too.
Yeah, from a 3-4, 3 technique.
And then a 1 and 2 from last year's draft, and then Denver got a 4th-round pick in return.
Yeah.
Hey, don't forget about Drew Lock there. So that's a valuable piece right there.
He'll be number 1 on our most trade impact.
Yeah. I mean, let's agree, though, because we always said that Denver, throughout the years, Denver had a talented team in the AFC West. The only problem that they had was the lack of quarterback. They got it.
John Elway. Sorry, what?
What was that?
John Elway.
Okay, yeah, that was a problem.
He couldn't bring in a quarterback.
Yeah.
He got Peyton and said, all right, I'm big chillin'.
Yeah, after Peyton, he was like, you know what? Yeah, I can trot out Brock Osweiler and Trevor Siemian and be fine with that.
Yeah. So that's the reason.
Yeah.
I'm still curious to this team, bro. I think this team's interesting. I know Jerry Jeudy. You got Jerry Jeudy, you got Cortland Sutton, you got those guys, but I got to see it.
I'm excited for this team.
I wouldn't be surprised if they finish last in the division.
I mean, somebody's got to be last.
Yeah, somebody's got to be last. I'm not going to be surprised they are the last team in the division.
I just think you look at this defense. Justin Simmons, Patrick Surtain arguably was defensive rookie. Well, no, but he was
up there.
He was up there. But Micah took it away. But he was up there. Yeah. You have Bradley Chubb coming back from the injury. You get Randy Gregory from Dallas to kind of be your new star pass rusher. And then Cortland Sutton, Jerry Jeudy, Tim Patrick, who took a big leap this year.
Yep.
You bring back Melvin Gordon, so you have a two-headed monster at running back.
With him and
Javonte's the dog in that room.
Javonte should be the dog.
Don't ever put Melvin Gordon next to Javonte Williams. Don't. Next.
He's back, but Javonte should be the lead dog.
You're damn right. He got my name. I know he's the lead dog. I'm just playing. Also, another question I have is coaching. I think coaching is going to be a question that we have to go into, too.
Yeah, Nathaniel
Hackett.
With a rookie head coach, to me, interesting to see.
He's a fun guy, though. I like him. I like the way he talks.
That's your first takeaway? Yeah. It's not that he's been Aaron Rodgers OC the last 3 or 4 years.
He just seems like a funny guy. Like, I'd like to work with that guy.
So, hey, what about the Raiders? They got a head coach, new coach.
He's
Josh
done before.
McDaniels.
He's done it. He's been behind Bill Belichick. I know. Look,
Didn't he draft Tim Tebow?
Hey, Tim Tebow won a playoff game. Can y'all say about certain guys also? Hey, I'm gonna say he was. Hey, Tim Tebow did some stuff that wasn't supposed to be done. But I will say, I'm not the biggest Tebow fan either. But I think I just question the coaching. I think. With the Raiders also, you have a culture that's already been built with Derek Carr and those guys. Sure, new coach, but a lot of stuff around it's been around. Hunter Renfrow, you got Josh Jacobs coming back. You still have Kenyon Drake.
Kind of same thing with Denver. Everything that they have has been around. With their roster, just quarterback. Russell Wilson was the only.
Let's see if the diva comes. Let's see if Russell Wilson, the diva pops out.
The diva.
I'm diva to him too, bro. See how happy Sierra is.
Oh my god.
And then
Carter wants the ball, bro.
number one, obviously, comes no shocker to us all, is Deshaun Watson. Yeah. We'll see how that goes. Of course, the Watson is meeting with the NFL's legal team right now as they investigate. And I believe witnesses are coming up.
What y'all thinking for the suspension? How many games y'all think he getting? I'm thinking he's getting 3.
I think at least 4.
I think the fact that he's going to meet the NFL and they're doing an in-person meeting with him and stuff like that, I think 3.
I think 6. The max, depending how this investigation goes, could be 8.
You think he's getting 8 games?
Depending how this investigation, depending what all comes out from there.
Do you think Cleveland does that deal if he getting 8 games though?
No, I honestly, they didn't. I don't think
they knew.
I don't think they knew.
They had no idea. Like, he might.
No.
You think Roger Del maybe say like, "Hey, what are you thinking, Roger?"
Because remember, right when they signed him, they had that arbitration hearing. What was the arbitration hearing that came up? And then they asked him in the press conference, and they didn't respond to it.
Hey, the way Deshaun Watson going around the islands, chilling and going on vacation, like he ain't worried. I mean, I know he got 200-something million, but it's guaranteed. But
well, shit, OJ had his murder charge. He didn't look like he was worried either when he was going through trial.
Well, let's be honest. OJ didn't know where he was at. So, he thought he was at sleepaway camp or something. I don't know.
The gloves didn't fit him, right?
Glove didn't fit.
He had nothing to worry about. The gloves didn't fit him.
Oh man,
OJ swore he had nothing to worry about.
No, real talk though. This team's I think this team's like the most interesting team. I think this team is, like we say, quarterback away. They really are a quarterback away. I think this team has everything else you could want. 2 great running backs. Defense is solid everywhere around. The line's amazing. Receiving core maybe a little weak, but Amari Cooper I think is gonna help out a lot. He made Will Fuller. Hey, Will Fuller's gonna be coming pretty soon, so you got Will Fuller come join him
for 4 games.
4? That's real generous. 2.
Shit, 2. He gave us 1 last year.
No, I think they're gonna be solid though, man. I think Kevin Stefanski will show that he got more in his playbook than just hand the ball off.
No, we'll see. That's just what his offense has been. Could it be?
Hey, he had Kirk Cousins and Baker Mayfield. I mean, Deshaun Watson. Mikah would agree with that. Deshaun Watson and Baker Mayfield are 2 different classes. I think he would agree with that.
I mean, 2 different guys, but 2 different play styles.
Exactly.
And then, I think Kevin Stefanski never really wanted to work with Baker as far as, because you got to Kirk Cousins is a game manager. Baker is a gunslinger. It's 2 different guys. And you just I can make you into Kirk Cousins. I think this transition for Deshaun Watson could be awkward. Because Deshaun Watson's a playmaker, run around, bounce off guys, throw up a 60-yard bomb, catch it. Like the structure of that offense is going to give him some trouble, I think.
And the thing I think that's a problem with Deshaun Watson is that I think he's going to be too comfortable with the offensive line, because that was one of the things that was a problem in Houston, was that he took a lot of sacks. Like he would just stand around the pocket, take a lot of sacks, not get rid of the ball. I think he'll feel a little bit too comfortable with that offensive line in Cleveland, where he might take more sacks.
But I think also having a running game is gonna be different. He never had a running game. Like, this is probably the best back he's played with. I mean, for sure in his career, and he had probably the best two backs. You can take Kareem Hunt better than any back he played with in Houston. So I like the running game. I like the offense. I think they can do a little bit of everything. They can play. They can muddy it up in with you and play in a slower pace. They can sling it around with Deshaun Watson. You know, I don't know. I just wonder how much does Cleveland really need out of Deshaun Watson. Like, we know he's great, but like they got to the AFC championship 2 years ago.
Yeah,
2 years ago, and with Baker Mayfield, who I'm not saying is a scrub, but with Baker Mayfield compared to Deshaun Watson, so I don't know.
Yeah, we'll see. It's going to be interesting. Let's quickly turn. I saw this topic on NFL Total Access, so I'm stealing this just so in case anybody tries to come after us.
Okay.
Topic on Mikah Parsons. Obviously, he won Defensive Rookie of the Year, and I believe there's only been 3 guys. I'm gonna keep talking, but I'm gonna fact check myself. There's 3 guys. Oh, Kenneth, can you fact check me real quick? Look up who's won Defensive Rookie of the Year and Defensive Player of the Year in their careers. Reggie White's one of them.
Lawrence Taylor,
I think.
Lawrence Taylor.
2.
And there's somebody else, I believe. But anyways.
Aaron Donald didn't win it, did he?
No. But they're talking about Mikah Parsons. Can he pull it off? He won Defensive Rookie of the Year by a landslide. We can all agree on that. But now, can he make that progression into winning Defensive Player of the Year? Because arguably, he could have won it this year.
Yep.
Swept it. So, just what are your thoughts on that?
I think there's a lot of good football. I mean, I don't even think we saw the best version of Mikah Parsons yet. I mean, didn't play that last year at Penn State, comes in, he has like this whole stigma around him, and people think he's just this jackass, comes in focused.
He did do some things at Penn State.
There's some questionable things. We don't talk about those things. He's a better man, family man now.
He matured.
I think the best ball's ahead of him. I like his attitude. He brings it every day. He doesn't take plays off. He doesn't take days off. I wish that we had more guys like Mikah Parsons, honestly. Like, that's what the Cowboys need. I think when you play for such a franchise that you're on TV every day. They're watching you, and as far as like the presses, the fans, he exudes what it is to be a Dallas Cowboy.
He embraces it.
Yeah.
I love it. So
yeah, I think he really sets a tone for that defense. I actually question where he'll play this year, especially considering that they lost Randy Gregory. Is he going to be more involved on the defensive line as that edge rusher or as a linebacker? So I kind of question like how Dallas will use him this year compared to last, and how that will affect him, whether that's a good change or bad. But yeah, honestly, like you mentioned, bro, if you could have 11 Mikah Parsons on the defense, that's going to be a really good defense.
you're not losing a damn game. You're not losing a game.
Yeah.
No, I agree with both of y'all, what y'all said. I think last year with D-Law getting hurt, we got to see way more of his versatility. And I think, you saw over his career, I think, with him being such a Swiss Army knife, I definitely could see him winning down the line sometime. But yeah, I like everything you said about his exuberance, his excitement. You can tell he just plays the game with a lot of joy, and that's a great thing to see. So
Yeah, I think, coming out of high school, I think the comp for Parsons was like a Khalil Mack hybrid, to where he can play on the edge, he can play, off ball, he can stop the run, he can stop the pass. And, Khalil Mack, that was the guy who in Oakland, then I believe, didn't he win, or wasn't he first team All-Pro as a 4-3 linebacker and then a 3-4 edge same year?
Yep.
I mean, Mikah Parsons has that same capabilities.
It's rare you can find a guy that can play as an defensive end, as an edge rusher, as a outside linebacker, as an inside linebacker. Like the man,
that was a great draft
talented.
pick.
Yeah.
But I just smile like, that's my guy.
That's my guy. Yeah, that's my guy.
He's on my team.
I was a little worried there whenever we moved back. I was like, crap, we're not going to get him. Hey, we got him.
It's crazy because, I remember Dallas was all high on Patrick Surtain, and then once
He's
Denver
a stud too, though. You asked him to go wrong either way.
Yeah.
Kenneth only says Lawrence Taylor.
Lawrence Taylor.
Ooh, really?
Either way, that's pretty
They
good
always try to
company.
compare him to Lawrence Taylor though.
So.
Yeah, Lawrence Taylor's a stud. If you can be like Lawrence Taylor, yeah, you've done something in your career.
I will say about Micah, I don't think he'll ever be the perfect linebacker as far as like an essence of like playing in the middle of a defense and like dropping back. Because like when he plays zone coverage, he kind of just runs to his spot, which he's young, first year in the system. I mean, his coordinator's not the greatest, but I don't know. It looked awkward, but I mean, he got there and he made some plays on the ball. But I just like him come off the edge. I like him terrorizing quarterbacks.
Yeah, no, I feel you. Being a force, I definitely agree. I'm curious to see what the second year looks like. I know they got Tom Brady coming in, and you know if anybody's going to test you in that, especially in the pass coverage, it's going to be Tom Brady. So,
Okay, I got it right here. So the only players to win Defensive Rookie of the Year, and then the year after win Rookie of the Defensive Player of the Year, Lawrence Taylor, Luke Kuechly.
Wow.
Okay.
Wow.
So Micah could be the third potentially.
Will be the third.
you said this upcoming year to win defense. You said
Yeah.
to win the
So to win
year.
Rookie of the Year defensively, and then the second season you win Defensive Player of the Year.
I feel no. I thought we was talking about his whole career. I was like, he never gonna win defense player of the year. Oh, okay, I think he still do that too, though. I'm trying to think who else would be around.
No one else.
Yeah,
In that conversation,
did you say Sertan?
as defensive player of the year.
Yeah,
I mean, TJ Watt.
It's hard
maybe.
for corners to do because you got to go off.
Yeah.
you got
I mean, we saw Diggs.
you got to
have-
take a lot of risk.
Yeah.
I mean, Diggs had what? How many picks do you have this year?
11.
11, and he was like third or fourth behind Parsons, Donald, Watt, Garrett.
Yeah, I think for a DB, you got like
You gotta do
have,
something special.
you have to have this intercept, but I think you also have to just be like so impactful on the field, like Revis was, like where you shut down
09.
a whole side. I can shut down a whole side. I can shut down one whole guy, and like you know what I mean? Yeah, like, so like it's kind of hard for DBs, but yeah, I definitely see him doing it if anybody. So
I'm trying to think who. Oh, damn.
all right,
As far as these young guys,
Yeah, rookies that could be. Let me look up last year's draft class real quick.
I'm kind of blanking on the last year draft class now.
Not JC Horn, I don't think.
He's going to be a dog, but yeah, it's hard. It's just so hard for corners to do it.
Yeah, it's gotta be an edge guy or a linebacker.
I don't know. I really like Jamin Davis. I know it was a really rough rookie year,
Yeah.
but
In
I
Washington,
think another year in the system, guys around him getting better, getting healthy. I like him. I like his athleticism.
Yeah.
Damn.
I really can't think of anybody
Yeah.
else.
I mean, there's not.
It's Micah Sertan.
Zaven Collins from Arizona was another defensive player drafted. Jalen Phillips, Miami. I think he'll have a great year. You know, not being biased, but I don't think he'll have a year that like Mikah Parsons.
I just don't see him putting on skill in one offseason. And he needs more time to refine his game.
Gregory Russo, Odafe Owe, Joe Tryon, Shoyinka, and that's pretty much the only guys I can think of.
Yeah, no. So
Micah, here we go.
Yeah,
it's all us.
If anyone's gonna do it, it's gonna be
it's
Micah.
from Micah. Yeah,
But I mean, like he's is such a unique player, man. Like to play off ball, to play on the edge. Like you know, at Penn State, he wasn't asked to be on the edge a whole lot. But when like Javonte mentioned, when Tank went down, Dallas asked him to play on the edge. He was manhandling tackles and guards and,
Yeah, you saw the skill,
and beating guys to the holes. And
kind of like a blessing in disguise, low key.
dude, it's because you wanted Sertan or Horn, and then I think Carolina shocked everyone by taking a corner at 8.
And taking Horn.
Yeah, Horn, the first corner to go, and then Denver sat there and said, "Well,
We're
we're here. Let's take Sertan at 9, and then at 10, you're sitting there going,
well, crap.
dang."
There goes that plan.
and this goes to show like how athletic Micah Parsons is. If I was in a game and I lost Zeke, Pollard, pretty much the whole running back rotation,
Give him the ball.
I'll put Micah in that running back. I'll be like, screw it. I think he would actually be solid.
I like
But he played it in high school.
Yeah.
This is a guy. Didn't he challenge Tyreek Hill to a 40?
But, yeah.
Tyreek Hill was chilling though.
Tyreek Hill
he was
wasn't running.
chilling.
He was
but-
chilling.
And Micah took it off. He took
kept
his shirt
up.
off.
Micah
But I like
kept
that. I like
up.
that though. I like the competitiveness. I had a question for y'all. Not to throw y'all off topic. Will he be y'all favorite to come in this year as defense player of the year?
Micah?
Into the season? Because there's a couple guys I think about that are like right there with him. I think like Khalil Mack. I think he has a lot of help around him. It's gonna make him look a lot bigger, a lot easier.
It's
Got to stay healthy.
Yeah.
it's him or TJ Watt, I think.
Hey,
Aaron Donald can't count him out.
Hey,
Aaron Donald.
Hey, Mad Max ain't getting no love.
No.
Not for defensive player of the year.
QB pressures are cool, but I need sacks.
Bro, you got Chandler Jones on the opposite side, bro. It's gonna go crazy. Oh man,
I got to see the sacks first, and then we can talk.
Max, you heard it here first. They sleeping on you, my guy. But they got the bag this summer. Nah, I like all those guys you said though. I like all those guys.
It's probably TJ or no. I guess you could say Donald also.
Donald's always gonna be there, bro. As long as
Donald's always gonna be in the
He's gonna be in the conversation. Try to think of what.
I would probably take Mike as my favorite though, just because of what all he can do.
Sure.
If he can repeat it again this year, then, but why not?
Chief Chris Jones? No, you ain't gonna do it. No, probably not.
Marshawn
A
Lattimore.
nose tackle, that's tough. Ooh, that's a lot.
Corner's hard.
Corner's hard, but nose, ooh.
It's hard to get a nose tackle paid, let alone get some recognition.
Especially with the only guy in the middle of that defense, too. Ooh.
That's like asking Rashawn Slater to get some rookie to love year last year. It ain't gonna happen. It's a cool story, bro, but it ain't gonna happen.
Yeah.
We got. That's the game.
I know. So yeah, I think Micah's just one of those dogs, man.
No, yeah, he is.
Let me see, Ken. How are we doing over there on time, Ken? Cool. All right. Real quick, I'll throw it to you guys over there. We've got about 5 minutes to play with Dre and Jay. What's going on? What's new in the world of pop culture and nerd stuff?
Well, we got an announcement for Daredevil. That's going to return. You know, they're bringing that back for a Disney Plus show. Don't know exactly what they're doing with it. I think they are leaning towards a continuation, like having it as a season 4 of the Netflix series, which I think is a tremendous move if they can go that route, because the Netflix series is flawless. It's amazing. If you haven't watched it, go watch it. It's either that or they do a soft reboot, but I'm leaning towards just continuation.
And while he's going there, I'll go with something that's fun. We got Obi-Wan Kenobi coming this Friday. That's going to be exciting.
Hyped.
We have that. We got Star Wars Celebration all next week, so a lot going on, a lot of announcements coming for films and stuff like that. I love the Vanity Fair. The Vanity Fair magazine cover.
Yeah.
And some of the pictures, it looks amazing. So I'm excited for Kenobi. I think it just takes me back to the prequels. So
Also, it's kind of cool to see the what's his name in the photo shoot.
Andor,
yeah, because we kind of that's been real quiet.
Did you care about him?
He was a cool character.
He's cool, but like I know what happened.
I don't get why he gets the whole show, but
because we know he's gonna die. Like
we know Obi-Wan's don't die.
But Obi-Wan's different because Obi-Wan has so much story in between. There's so much story in between Obi-Wan's like being Kenobi old compared to like what he is right now in his life.
Yeah,
there's a lot to tell. Like Andor, I never care. The character was cool in the Rogue One, but like he died, and it was like, okay,
we know what happened.
Let's move on. Like, you know what I mean? But nah, I like the Vanity Fair cover, and I'm excited for what they're doing. Man. I think they got some cool announcements. I don't know if you saw they announced what's called the one that takes place 100 years before.
The Acolyte.
The Acolyte sounds dope with what they're gonna do with that. So I hope. And then we had talked about that last week. I said I wish Star Wars would like either go way back or way forward, like get away from like the Skywalker, all this timeline. I thought they were doing that with Mandalorian at first, but Mandalorian kind of tied his way back into Luke Skywalker and the Sega. So I hope they can jump way ahead or way behind and do something completely different. Really show some creativity. Because Star Wars, I said, when Star Wars is done right, it's the greatest thing. And there's so much you can do with it because there's not really no lore to follow. You know what I mean? Especially if you go way in the future, way in the back, way in the past. So
I feel that. I feel that. One last question before we go. Just a little fun prediction here. Where do you think OBJ ends up signing?
Ooh. I think the Rams.
You think back to LA?
I think he'll come back later on in the year.
Okay.
I know his number ain't there no more, but
oh no.
Hey, start 13 still available.
Okay. What about you, DeAndre?
Damn, that's tough.
I don't think he wants to leave. Like I think he really does want to be back. I think the money thing does matter, but
I mean, he was leaning towards the Packers last year, so I could see that.
Phoenix or Arizona,
yeah,
because he wasn't at the Phoenix Suns games.
No,
hard pass. Respectfully, hard pass. Stay your ass away from the Cardinals. Thank you.
Yeah.
Don't need to fuel Kyler with some negative thoughts, right?
That's not even that. Just OBJ, man. He's like a really interesting attitude. It's just a lot to deal with. And
I thought we got past that when he went to the Rams and bought it and took the role and stuff like that.
Fooey. He just did that for the damn ring. He just did it for the ring.
6 weeks when he do it. He don't think it lasts.
But yeah, I probably lean towards the Rams. I think the Rams re-signing with them is the first prediction for me. That's the first.
Okay. What about you, Mikah?
Stay his ass at the house. have fun with your kid, bro. Come back next year.
They say he's gonna be back. What about maybe November? We'll see him November, October.
If that November or December.
I mean, he'll have time to be able to look at what's the market looking like, but.
And also who's winning at the time. So if he wants to latch on for
the Rams just seem very comfortable. Like you can come back. I think the Rams make sense because you can just come back there. You already know what you're dealing with. You know the quarterback. You know the situation. You know Sean McVay. So just a comfortability as well. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I lean towards.
Don't take the Saints, please.
No.
Take.
Rams. Sneaky team that was in it as well for OBJ last year. I said the Patriots. He seems to be a big fan of Bill Belichick.
Yeah.
Or Mac Jones because.
And Mac Jones could maybe at that point need a number one guy.
Because that's a lot of guys though. Because you have Devontae, Nelson Aguilar, Kendrick Bourne. You drafted Tyquan Thornton.
Kill.
And I Kill gone.
Doughboy's at the house.
He's
he ain't coming back.
He calling his agent.
Stay home. We'll figure this out.
We'll send your check. We'll send your check.
Jacoby Myers as well.
Oh yeah.
So that's a lot of receivers that they would carry. They would probably have to get rid of a few before they.
You said tight ends also? Did you mention tight ends?
Yeah, Hunter Henry and Jonnu Smith as well. So
yeah.
Interesting. Also.
I'll say an underrated one. I think Las Vegas would actually be interesting.
With McDaniels.
I think McDaniels trading also them trading away Brian Edwards. They still have a need at that outside receiver, which right now it looks like DeMarcus Robinson's going to fill that. But if he's not productive during the year, maybe
fees. No, I remember we talked about that last week. I was like, I don't know about this, but I actually has grown. Man, like OBJ could be kind of tight. What about Buffalo? I mean,
that's the last thing his knee needs is being in cold weather every damn day.
They said New England.
I didn't say New England.
Who said New England? Oh, you said New England. My bad, DeAndre. My bad.
You know what? New Orleans.
Oh, here we go.
Go back with Jarvis.
Well, yeah, go and say Miami in that case. Go and say Miami. Dog.
Hey, I wouldn't mind Miami.
One other guy for two an underthrow.
Okay.
And you knew that was coming too.
He gets his knee messed up trying to come back for a ball.
It's Brian Flores 2.0.
That's what my man got, bro. He'll come back for a ball. So
it's going to be like Reggie Wayne.
That's all I love, DeAndre.
Nah,
all love, bro.
We'll see what happens. I say Patriots or Saints. I'll just say that.
Does Julio Jones get signed?
No, I think he's done.
Whoa. If we gonna say OBJ, whoa.
I think Julio's shown me enough the last 2 or 3 years.
Julio Tampa.
Julio's perfect for you. He comes in as a 4. You don't ask him to do too much. Just spot moments. He can still go get a 50-50 ball.
Michael Thomas back. Hey.
He can, but I mean,
Michael Thomas ain't gonna be cool. He's like, hey, that's my ball.
My slant.
I can do that. Y'all get all these receivers. Brought Jarvis in. I need some touches too. Now
I see Julio 2 places. I see Julio Green Bay and Indy.
Really?
Yeah.
I'll throw one out. San Fran. Go back with Shanahan.
Somebody likes the Buccaneers. I said everyone just went past. Nobody like that. They have injuries.
I don't know.
Chris Godwin's hurt still.
They have a really deep receiving core already.
But is Julio Jones better than Russell Gage?
Yes.
That's what I'm saying.
That's tough, but also Russell Gage can play in the slot. That's the thing. Like Russell Gage
and he knows
can play ahead of him.
He knows the system too. So
yeah.
I'm just saying, you bring Julio in. It's Tom Brady. You got AB in there. AB did his thing while he was there.
Because let me round out the Bucs receivers. You got Mike Evans. You got Chris Godwin. You got
Chris Godwin's hurt.
Russell Gage. Yeah, Chris Godwin's hurt. You got Russell Gage. Tyler Johnson. Scotty Miller.
Jalen Darvin.
Okay,
over UNT.
Julio's better than, let's be honest, Julio's about where on that roster. Those guys you named, he's probably what, 3rd, 4th, maybe?
Yeah.
Hey, no. Jalen Darvin's goated. We don't respect. We don't disrespect him like that.
I'm just saying, Tom Brady makes sense.
Perryman, we forgot about him.
Yeah. Veteran receiver makes sense for Tom Brady. Veteran big target just makes sense. In Florida, warm weather, good for the body.
Could be.
Just saying.
We'll see.
They went past me, but I was like, hey, we all just skipped like I didn't say anything, huh?
Hey, we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens with him and OBJ. I think those are 2 of the more premier names on the market right now. Maybe we'll see what happens. So that's going to do things for this week, folks. Make sure you like, subscribe to the channel, drop some comments down if you have any questions.
Oof.
That's a Tua throw, right?
Yeah, Tua.
Can't even drop my phone in peace.
Like, subscribe, drop some questions in the comments section, and until next week, guys, you're going home with the final drive.
Go Celtics.
Protection.